What it do, Werewolf Gang? Let's talk about this SS Impala. Let's talk about the main reasons why this SS Impala failed. My opinion. This is just my opinion. First off, let's get straight to it, man. First off, we know why the Impala failed. I mean, I think it's a great looking car myself, but if you want to be honest, don't mind, my car's a little dirty. It's snowing outside in Indiana, so it's got a little salt on it and it's dirty. The main reason is the styling. If we want to be all the way honest, man, it's cold out here. I'm gonna throw my hood on. If we want to be all the way honest, the styling. It looks too much like the regular 2006 through 2000 and I think they started making these 12 Impalas. It was nothing that really separated these cars except for the wheels. The wheels and that SS badging. Other than that, you did not know, you couldn't tell the difference between these cars. So the styling was very much bad. I think it looks good. I think it's a nice looking car, but let's be honest. It looks too much like a regular Impala. You can't really tell the difference other than if I didn't have SS wheels on this car, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference as well as the badging. Now, be it made, a lot of companies do the same thing. They make the upper tier car look like the regular car because they're too lazy to make any differences. But this car only had the wheels, and also it had the mesh grille. As you can see, it has a mesh grille. You can see the grille is mesh. Had a mesh grille. That's another thing that separated it with the fog lights, the mesh on the side of the fog lights as well. Also had that with the little fog lights with the mesh. But other than that, man, it's not no major difference. Ain't nothing to tell it apart. You can't really tell it apart from a regular Impala. Also, we already know that it was front wheel drive, which was a major no-no. They should not have made this car a front wheel drive car. Now, I myself, I like it that it's front wheel drive because it's one of my daily drivers. So it's good for me because, you know, as you can see, it's snow out here. And it's a great V8 car to drive around in the wintertime, being that it's a front wheel drive car. So I'm not gonna really complain on that. But if you wanted to be considered a muscle car, I consider it a muscle car. But if you wanted to be considered a muscle car, it should have been a rear wheel drive car, you know, with 303 horsepower, 323 torque. Those are respectable numbers. Those are very respectable numbers. If you want to be honest, those are respectable numbers. Faster than a 94, 96 Impala. This is probably the fastest Impala they ever made. This is probably the fastest one, 0 to 60. I think it was 0 to 60 in like 5.6 seconds, something like that. 5.6 seconds, 0 to 60. Respectable number, especially when you only got for a front wheel drive car with 303 horsepower, 323 torque. Those are good numbers, but if they would have made this car rear wheel drive, it would have been crazy. Heck, if they would have made it all wheel drive, it would have been even better. But they messed up by just making it a front wheel drive car because nobody respected it in the muscle car. You know, the muscle car people didn't really respect it as a muscle car. They thought it was more like a tuner type of car because, you know, most tuner cars, no disrespect to tuner cars, but most tuner cars are front wheel drive cars or all wheel drive cars. So they most people put this as like a tuner car other than a respectable muscle car, even though got a V8 motor in it, 5.3 V8 motor, 5.3. Let's open the car and pop the hood real quick. Let's pop the hood real quick. I'll show you that motor real quick. It might be a little dirty now. Come on, it's my daily, but I got a little plans for this car, but we'll talk about that in another video. Hold on. As you can see, like I said, it's a 5.3 V8. Active fuel management turns to a 4-cylinder. Now, I don't know how true that is because I probably only get like 13 miles to the gallon. A little bit more than 13. I probably get 16. Not a lot. It's very bad on gas. This car is very bad on gas. Very bad. It's like it drink gas like a muscle car, but yeah, they put this big V8 motor in there. Now, small block V8. It's not a big V8, but it's a truck motor turned to the side. And they put that motor in there, which is cool. Like I said, that's cool, but when you really think about it, you put that V8 in there, you should have made it a rear wheel drive car. More people would have respected the car, more people would have loved it. Instead of, a lot of people disrespect this car because they just really, it's misunderstood. And talk about being misunderstood, Chevy did not do a good job at marketing this car. They did a very, very, very bad job of marketing this car. They didn't really make any commercials. I don't think I saw any commercial. I think I may have saw one commercial, but I'm not even sure. I don't think they made too many commercials, so they really didn't push the car so people could see it. So a lot of people didn't see the car, and then on top of that, you couldn't go to the dealership and just test drive this car. They would not let you test drive this damn car for some reason. They would not let you test drive this car. You had to basically order it or something and buy it, because the dealers wouldn't let you drive the car. So you couldn't drive the car, which I understand. It's a big car. It's a V8. It's an SS. You don't want people burning their tires up, beating up on the car before the true owner get the car. But they definitely did not let you drive these cars, and they did not market this car right. They didn't market this car, so this car lost a lot of potential people to love the car, because nobody got to see the car. And on top of that, you didn't separate this car. You didn't make it look different enough for people to justify buying this car. It doesn't look different enough. It doesn't look like muscular. They should have put a different type of body kit, maybe lowered it a little bit. I don't know. They should have did a few more things to make it look more muscle cars, more super sporty, because it really just looked like a Impala with some rims on it. That's all it looks like. Without the SS badging and the 18-inch wheels, you wouldn't even know this was a super sport. And it's cold in here. I'm gonna get my butt in here in this car and continue to talk to y'all, because I'm freezing outside. It's warmer inside the car than it is out there. Woo. Woo. Also with this car, the interior was just like a regular Impala. I mean, the only thing totally different was the SS badging. I gotta clean this car. But if it didn't have the SS in the seats and on the steering wheel, you wouldn't even know this was a super sport. You know, you wouldn't even be able to tell it was a super sport. And it's really plain inside. Nothing's really like spectacular. The fake wood grain. As you see, it's got the fake wood grain. Now don't get it twisted. I myself love the car. You know, I love the car. But car enthusiasts, they're gonna nitpick all this stuff. You know, it's not for all the money that, even the money that I paid for it. I paid a lot of money for this car when it first came out. All the money you pay for it, they really dropped the ball. It's not really super stylish in here. You know, you got big seats, big back seats, you know, pretty roomy. It's a 5 car. You can fit 5 people in this car, but it's like you're riding in a big old egg. Now, like I said, for people that own this car and love this car, don't get it twisted. As you can see, I have one, so I do love the car, but I'm just gonna tell you the true reasons why it failed. And this is one of the reasons. The interior was trash. You know, it's trash. I mean, 140 on the dash, that should have been 160. They could have just put 160, because these cars can hit 160. I've seen it on YouTube plenty of times. They should have put 160 on the dash, not 140. You taking away, my Magnum V6 got 140 on the dash. Come on now. It's just, I mean, I know it came out in 2006 through 9. Was it 2006? Yeah, 2006 through 9. So you can't really expect it to be crazy. But, I mean, it had its little gadgets. It got your little buttons and all that stuff, you know, on the steering wheel. The steering wheel was pretty nice. You know, got all your little amenities. But I added this. This didn't come here. It was analog radio. So, but yeah, it's just so basic inside. So, I mean, the true reasons why it failed is it looked like every other Impala. It was nothing special about the car to separate it from the rest of the cars. Yeah, it's pretty quick. It's a pretty quick car. I definitely can give you that. It is a quick car. But all in all, they dropped the ball, because they didn't market it right. They didn't style it enough to make it make it look different from the regular Impalas. The interior of this Impala looks like an LTZ interior, leather, same leather. Only thing you get is these headrests with the SS sign on them, and the SS steering wheel. That's all you really get that separates you. Also you get the wheels. You get the wheels and the SS badging on the car, and the dual exhaust. But that ain't really nothing that make it pop like that. You know, pop. It's not popping. You know, so. I just believe they dropped the ball with the styling, the marketing. They just didn't push the car like they should have pushed the car. It just was they should have pushed the car differently. They should have put a little more emphasis on the car instead of what they did. Look at my sister-in-law. Straight hood rat. But yeah, they dropped the ball on that. So they dropped the ball on the styling, the marketing. You just didn't separate it. Basically with the marketing, what I'm saying is, they didn't market it to a younger crowd, a younger group, because those are the people that want the fast cars, and the older people, you know, they done had that. They done did all that. Some older people still like it, but the younger crowd is what they should have pushed it towards, and they didn't do that. So they dropped the ball with that, and they got the money to spend, burning a hole in their pocket. So you should have went for the younger, the youthful people, and they didn't do that. So that's why the SS didn't sell. That's why people don't really respect this car, because it's front wheel drive. You put a V8 in it, made it front wheel drive, should have been a rear wheel drive. You didn't style it good, and you didn't market it good. Those are the main reasons. Those are the three reasons: bad styling, bad marketing, and it wasn't rear wheel drive. Plain and simple. Those are the only reasons why this car ain't respected why it should be. And that's my opinion on it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Why the Impala, the Last Gen Impala SS, did not and was not a popular car. It was more of a rental car type of car than it should have been. So let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments. And with that being said, man, I'm in my videos how I always end my videos. Big shout out to the Werewolf Gang. Much love to the Light crew. It's your boy T-Light. Oh yeah, big shout out to everybody that support me, all my supporters, and those who have not have not decided to support me. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, man, or woman. Show your boy some love. I drop videos, at least 3 videos a week, and I drop shorts all the time. So go ahead, browse my content, see if you like it. If you like it, hit that subscribe button. If you don't, maybe next time you hit it. And I'm out this piece. Jiddig, bop.